Thanks very much for popping by the den to a little new series that we're running called It's Not Lego. Okay, it's not Lego. If you have a look on my channel, you'll notice that there are a number of videos that I've done on unboxings of what used to be called Leapin, Lepin, Gilder bricks, those sort of things, brands of plastic building blocks that very closely resemble Lego, but not Lego. I think we're pretty much familiar, but if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, there is that obviously Lego make a whole range of very nice models and things like that, and they are, shall we say, replicated in a foreign country and sold over here. And whilst they don't actually have the Lego symbols on and things on, they dramatically look like Lego, but are not Lego. Okay, in the past they used to be sold through a lot of the outlets and things, and you know, going back some time, and I've got a lot of the kits, is that they were pretty sort of loose fitting and not so bring, but these days they're absolutely bob on. So why would you want to consider buying the things? Well, if you're like me, I just want to build. I just want to do the building. I love the building. What I don't love is paying a lot of money to do the same experience. Now, I'm not going to get into all the money side. I'm not going to get into the ethics of it. It is what it is. But you know, I want the build, and I want to pay a reasonable price for the build, and I want to get hold of it. I'm just sick of being scalped for a starter. I mean, if you look at this 10924 set, the Titanic, you know, they're currently, when I'm making this video, they're scalping it around £700. That's £140 more than the list. They're not in stock at Lego. They went out of stock in Lego just at Christmas. There's no sign of them coming back in. So, you know, you're left with the thing. So, well, I want the experience thing. Anyway, and the other thing about sourcing other areas is the price at which kits go for. And if you take things like the Imperial flagship, for instance, you know, of which I've got an original over there, but I've also got one of the alternative models, and it builds exactly like the original, and it's like £80, and it's a fantastic build, and I enjoy the build. You know, great stuff. You know, where else could you build a black pearl? To name but a few. You know, I don't know what they're fetching at the moment, £300-400 on the market. And then of course you can build. No, you might not want to build this. This is probably one of the worst models that I bought, and you can see the name Star Plan. Yeah, gives it away. So that's the background. Ethics, whatever. So this is the unboxing of thing. I have actually I did the unboxing before, but the video didn't come out. And I did say in the unboxing that once these packets are out of the box that you get, you don't get them all back in again. As you can see, yeah, it's not going back in. So we're going to go, let's pretend that it's just arrived. Well, it did actually arrive today. Weighs about 9-10 kilos, so it's quite a weight. It took about 3 weeks to get to me, which is pretty good. What I do like about the boxing, though, which is something that they actually sort of like sellotape coat the whole thing. So there's no, you know, I mean, this has travelled around the world, and it's in pretty good nick. And it didn't arrive with any splits or anything, nothing to worry me that there are any packets missing and stuff. You will not get this stuff in a box. So if you want the box, you want the background story, you want the manuals, you want all this extra bells and whistles, you are not going to get them with this. This is purely for the builders. Yep. And in that case, and I got excited about a feature that I saw as I opened the box, but we'll come to that in a minute. So bear that in mind. It's going to come in a brown box like this, and you're just going to get bags and instructions. So let's just, I'm going to pull this down here now. So this is the unboxing. I've opened the lid. Okay, I'm going to hold this down here, and oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh. And out she comes. Out she comes. Oh, I'm trying to be careful here not to spill it too much. It will go flying off the table. Is that everything? Yeah, that's the lot. So, I mean, look at that box. It's actually stood up really well. So I think if you're worried about packaging, and don't forget how these are sold, they are unknown factories that make these now. They're sort of hidden in the hills probably. And then the people that you see selling them aren't the ones making them. They're just the resellers. So they'll go to somewhere and, you know, somebody down an alley go, oh, I've just made the Titanic. Have you? Right, okay, well, we'll ship the parts over to you. And they'll box them up themselves and stuff. So, I mean, to be honest with you, on the very, very, very rare occasion I've had any parts missing or anything when it's come to the build and it's hard to see on there, the supplier's just sent another bag over. It's not been a big deal. I've never fell foul of anything nonsensey. Packing parts list, you don't get a packing list, but I have some occasion I used to email to the supplier and said, oh, email me over a copy of your packing list, will you? And they've emailed it back, and it's just been like a list of how many bags there are and stuff like that, so you can identify any bags that you're missing and so if you want to go through that. So you know, I'll probably do that for this, but they tend not to put them in. Now, there are a couple of little loose bits and pieces. That's probably because one of the bags split. And don't forget, I've poured this out once before, so it's probably upset the bag, but I'm not concerned too much about that because I didn't see. So there will be little bits. Oh, yep, little bits flying around there. Okay, on there. Now, the one thing that I did get quite excited about was I'm starting to see numbered bags. I'm starting to see numbered bags. I'm going, oh my goodness, numbered bags. But they didn't correspond to the instructions. So if you're thinking of numbered bags and sections and things like that, forget it. It's not happening. Yeah, you're literally going to get all these bags. And I thought, oh, they're numbered from 1 to whatever. And then I come across 2 4s and things like that. So even that didn't match correctly. However, I'm obviously going to lay all this like out and just see how much sense there was from it. So I'll just make sure none of the other bags have flown off into my bin or anything like that. So, but then we come to the manual. Okay, so this is the manual. I've not got the original set. I'll probably buy an original set because I'd like to do a comparison at one time, but right now I'm happy to move with this. And this is the manual. It hasn't come with any. It's pretty plain at the front. But let me tell you, the quality of the print. Okay, we'll get the camera around in a minute. We'll do a bit of a close-up. But actually, I'll see if, hopefully that won't go out of focus. But trust me, the quality of the print and the way the manual's laid out. Now, I can't see any reference here as to how these bag numbers come in at all. Which makes for a bit of fun, doesn't it? Come on, you know, let's have a challenge. And why not? You know, you're paying £360 less. This was £187, by the way, with delivery. So that's not bad at all. I know there's a few special bricks in there. And one thing I did notice as well, they went, when this was launched, they went on about those flags being sort of encapsulated flags, and they've done the same here. So they're not stickers, they're sort of plastic flags, probably very similar to the original, so they sit very nicely in there. There's obviously, we'll have to find the parts, but I'm going to do a build video. I'll do a reference to a build video, and we'll probably find whether or not the Titanic labelling is screen printed on or something like that. But obviously, until everything's split down, there's no way of knowing that at the moment. So we're going to be, which approach I take. So it's a lot of stuff. 9,090 pieces is the piece count. That's what they're saying is in this piece count. And I've got to say that the quality of the plastic brick and everything is top notch now. Going back a number of years, they were a little bit loose. They were, you know, not as perhaps sturdy as things. Not that you're going to want to unblock them and keep rebuilding and stuff, but there was a little bit of looseness in the thing, and you know, things would seem to be a little bit out, but it's absolutely, you know, bob on now. And I know when I built the Millennium Falcon, which was a video that's on the channel there, that just went together, you know, beautifully. Once again, you know, Millennium Falcon's just under £200, and you can get those with the lighting kits as well, or £700 wherever. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. So here we are. Here's the unboxing. This is what it all looks like, all bagged up, ready to rock and roll. Beautiful manual. No problems with that manual. I'll probably say different when I'm building, but we'll know that when we do the build video, won't we? Okay, there we go, folks. If you've got any questions at all or anything that you want to, please subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of these actually, because I've got a lot of kits that I never got around to building, and I'd like to share them all with you. So get yourself subscribed, get some comments in if you want, but please be kind. But that's it. All right then. Thanks very much for watching. There we are. All right, we'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye.